Hello to our crochet lover, my name is Dasha and welcome back to my channel. In this video we are going to make a pair of socks with a color change. This pattern has an anatomic shape designed to fit both heel and toe section. I tried to make this pattern as detailed as possible for beginners, but if you want to adjust the size of the sock you can still do it easily. This pattern works perfectly for any foot size, just follow my instructions really carefully. It's super stretchy, requires only about 100 grams of yarn, and now let's get to work. I'm going to use Drop Daisy. It's 100% wool in this milk color and in red color. For one sock you will need about 50 grams of wool and just a bit of some extra color. Also I'm using hook number 4. I prefer to use wooden hooks. It's easier to use wooden hooks when you are working with slip stitches. You will also need measuring tape and some stitch markers. For the convenience you can also use row counter because we are going to make a lot of rows of slip stitches. First of all you need to take your ready-made sock or any other sock you are comfortable in, or just take your foot, take your measuring tape and measure the length of your feet. Right from this spot, including the heel, until this point. I'm gonna make 38 centimeters, which is 15 inches. After you found your feet measurement, take your base color and start making chains according to your feet measurement. I made 80 chains. Now for the first row, chain 1 and work slip stitch into the second chain from your hook. Pull up a loop and then pull this loop through the chain. Repeat. Insert your hook, pull up a loop and pull your loop through the chain. Just like that. It's called slip stitch. And we're gonna make slip stitches across all the chains of this row. And this is gonna be our first row. When I reach my last 12 chains, I'm making the color switch. To do this, put your base color in front of the chain that it will facing you, like this. Not here, but here. Then take your extra color, insert your hook into the next chain, and pull the other color. Work a slip stitch. Tighten a bit our main color and our extra color. And now continue working slip stitches until the end of the row using another color. When you reach the end of the row, chain 1 and turn. Now we should continue making slip stitches, but this time instead of working through all the loops, we are going to work using just back loops. Right here where you can see those V stitches, you can see the front loops that are facing us and the back loops that are not facing us. So now what we're gonna do is to make slip stitches into the second chain from your hook using back loop only, like this. Pull up a loop and pull through. Again, back loop, pull up a loop, then pull through. Continue until you reach the color change. When you reach the place where we should change the color, work another slip stitch, back loop only, put your yarn so the yarn tail is facing you, take your main color, and continue making slip stitches. You can tighten a bit the last red loop. And now we continue making slip stitches back loop only until the end of the row. After you finish the row, chain 1 and turn. Now we should make 3 more rows using slip stitch into the back loops only. And I will meet you when I will make my 3 slip stitch rows. Now I have finished my 5 rows of slip stitches, and this is how they look like. And now we're going to start our row number 6. If we look at the ready-made other sock, you can see that we just made this part before making the heel or any decreases. Now in the row number 6, we should make 1 decrease right here. We should leave 2 stitches right here unworked. You can already put your stitch marker right here so you can know that you should leave these 2 stitches unworked. And now continue making slip stitches all across the row again until you have 2 stitches left unworked. When you reach the end of the row, you should leave 2 stitches unworked. 1, 2. Now chain 1 and turn. It was our row number 6. Now we are going to make our row number 7. In this row, you should mark the center of your future heel. If we take a look at our ready-made sock, you can see that I marked the middle of the heel. Now you should find the stitch right here on your sock where you would like to start the heel. You can place this piece over your feet and find for yourself where you would like the middle of your heel to be. I marked the stitch of number 36 if I count from the top to bottom. Now work slip stitches until your marked stitch and work slip stitch into the marked stitch as well. Now when I have reached the marked stitch, remove the marker . Work slip stitch into that marked stitch and work 2 more slip stitches. You can also leave a stitch marker on your marked stitch, so later you can see on what stitch you started to make your heel. I will put my stitch marker back just in case, so you will see where I started my heel. Without making chain 1, turn. After you make 2 slip stitches and turn without making chain 1, skip those 2 slip stitches we just made after our marked stitch and work slip stitch into our marked stitch again. So I'm skipping these 2 stitches and work a slip stitch right here. This is our first stitch of our heel. Now you should make 13 stitches more. You should make 40 stitches in total. Now chain 1 and turn. We just made this first base of our heel and now we are going to make other rows of stitches, but we will leave unworked 2 stitches in the every next row. Like stitches in total. Now we should add 2 slip stitches right here. To do this, you should use side loop from the previous row. Here's our side loop. So you insert your hook right under the side loop and then work a slip stitch . Just like this. 1 more slip stitch. and without making chain 1, turn. For the next row of our heel, we are going to make 12 stitches, leaving 2 stitches right here unworked. To do this, you should skip those slip stitches we just made without making chain 1 and work slip stitch and now work 11 more stitches, so we have 12 stitches in total. Now we should leave these 2 stitches unworked. Chain 1, turn, and work 12 stitches until the end of this row. Eleven, 12. Now again we should add 2 more slip stitches from this row, and to do this we are going to use our side loop. This is our side loop from the previous row. Insert your hook and then work a slip stitch into the stitch from the previous row. Just like this. 1 more slip stitch and turn. For the next row, we should again leave 2 stitches unworked, making 10 slip stitches. Again, without making chain 1, we skip those first slip stitches we just made and insert our hook right here. Slip stitch. Now 9 stitches more. As you can see, I again leave our 2 stitches unworked. Chain 1 and turn. You can already see our small stairs carefully forming along with our heel. Work 10 stitches across our heel row until the very end. And 10. Now again we should add 2 slip stitches from the base of our sock using side loop. Find your side loop. Here's mine. And work slip stitch 1 and slip stitch 2. Turn, skip again those 2 slip stitches and work 8 slip stitches this time. Again, I left 2 stitches unworked. Chain 1 and turn. 8 slip stitches until the end of this small loop. Chain 9, 8, and again we are adding 2 slip stitches from the base of our sock using side loop. Here is mine. 1 and 2. Turn. Now we should work 6 slip stitches. Skip those 2 slip stitches we just made and start our next row of the heel. Two slip stitches unworked. Chain 1 turn 6 slip stitches until the end of the row. Using our side loop, we are going to add 2 slip stitches again. 1 and 2. Turn. Again, skip those 2 slip stitches and work 4 slip stitches. Chain 1, turn 4 slip stitches until the end. Again, we should add 2 slip stitches from here using our side loop. Here's my side loop. 1 and 2. Turn. Again, skip our slip stitches and work 2 slip stitch. 1 and 2. Chain 1. This is how we made our heel stairs. Now, what should we do? Count how many stitches of the sock you have left here. I have 21 stitches. This is important because when we are going to make the other side of our sock, we should know where to start our next part of the heel. Remember how many stitches you have left here, write this number down and don't forget it. Now, after you made your 2 slip stitches here and chain 1, you should turn, work 2 slip stitches here, 1, 2, and using side loop again, work slip stitch. Now you should work slip stitches until the very top of your sock. I have just reached the top of my sock, and now we should work through our stairs until this point. To do this, we are going also to work using our side loops and connecting our stairs together. You can see those side loops here on every stair, and we are going to connect our stairs through these side loops. So now chain 1, turn, don't forget to switch your color and work slip stitches until you reach your first stair. Now I have reached my first stair of our heel, and now insert your hook into the side loop of this row. Here is my side loop, and here's my side loop, and here's my side loop as well. And now using these side loops, we are going to connect our stairs together. Insert your hook into the side loop and work 2 slip stitches into the stair below, like this. Next, insert your hook into the side loop again, 2 slip stitches into the stair below. Again, insert your hook into the side loop, 2 slip stitches, and continue this step until the end of our stairs. Now, work slip stitches again until you have 2 stitches here unworked. Here we go, I left 2 stitches from the previous row unworked, then chain 1 and turn. Now we should work slip stitches all across our sock until the top, and this is gonna be our next row. For the next row, work slip stitches back loop only until you have again 2 stitches unworked. Chain 1 and turn. Now for the row number 11, work slip stitches back loops only until the top of your sock. For the row number 12, work slip stitches back loops only until the toe section, again leaving 2 stitches unworked. Now, after you have made 1, 2, 3, 4 stairs, chain 1, turn, and work slip stitch until the top of your sock. I have finished my row number 13. Now we are going to make the row number 14, and in this row we are going to connect all the stairs we made before. To do this, we are going to use our side loops the same way we have made with our heel. So make slip stitches from the top to this spot, and I'm going to meet you right here where we're going to connect our stairs. Now, using your side loops, I marked mine on the video, connect all the stairs, adding 2 slip stitches on each stair. Now you can see how carefully we connected our stairs and how carefully the connection looks like now. Now chain 1 and turn. Now we just finished our row number 14, and now we are going to make our row number 15, which is just slip stitches until the top of your sock. Now, if you pay attention, you can see that we made this part of the sock. This part is referred to the toe area, and you can see we are going to have 3 more decrease part in this area, just like we made right now. After you made row 50 and make slip stitches all along, we will start making decreases but mirroring our first stairs. It will be a bit different that we just made the stairs. Then we are going to make some rows without any decreases or increases. For the row 15, we are going to make slip stitches from the toe area until the top part of our sock. For row number 16, we should leave 8 stitches unworked. So now turn your sock and work slip stitches all across until you have 8 stitches left here. I just finished my row number 16, and you can see I left 8 stitches unworked. Chain 1 and turn. And in row 17, we are going to work just a regular slip stitch row until the top of your sock. For the row number 18, we are going to leave just 6 stitches unworked. To do this again, we are going to work using this little side loop and adding 2 more stitches right here. This is how we left just 6 stitches unworked. Chain 1 and turn. And now we're gonna start our row number 19, which is slip stitches to the top of your sock. I finished my row number 19, and now we are going to start our row number 20. In this row, we are going to leave 4 stitches unworked by adding 2 more stitches using our side loop. This is how we left 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches unworked. Chain 1 and turn. Now we are starting our row number 21. Slip stitches until the top. Chain 1 and let's start our row 22. In this row, we are going to leave just 2 stitches unworked, adding 2 stitches using our side loop. And we leave only 2 stitches unworked. Chain 1 and turn. For row 23, again, slip stitch until the top. I just finished the row 23, and for the row 24, we are going to make slip stitches until the very end, including these 2 unworked stitches we left before. Chain 1. Now you can see that we created our first toe area. For now, we are going to make some rows of slip stitches with no decreases and no increases. I'm going to work 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows with no decreases or increases. And in the row number 6, I'm going to make my first decrease to start the same toe part. If you think that your feet is wider, you can make as many rows as you want. Just make sure that you're going to start making decreases when you are working from top to down row. See you when I'm going to finish my row 29. I have made my 5 extra rows, and now we are going to start our second part for the toe section. In the next row, leave 2 stitches unworked, and this is gonna be my row number 30. I finished my row number 30, And now I'm going to leave these 2 stitches unworked. So chain 1 and turn. For the row 31, you're gonna make just a slip stitch row until the very top of the sock. I've finished my row 31, and now for the next row 32, I'm going again to leave 2 stitches here unworked. I'm finishing the row 32, and I'm leaving 2 stitches unworked again. So chain 1 and turn. And now for the next row 33, again just slip stitches across until the top. I have finished the row number 33, and for the row 34, again I'm going to leave 2 stitches here unworked. I'm finishing the row and leaving 2 stitches unworked here as well. Chain 1 and turn. Now for the next row, slip stitches into the back loop only, again until the very top of the sock. I have finished the row 35, and for the row 36, again we should leave 2 stitches unworked. I'm finishing row number 36, and I'm leaving 2 stitches unworked again. Here. Chain 1 and turn. Row number 37, again just slip stitches until the top. Now you can see we created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stairs, and in row 38 we are going to connect them all together. But first, slip stitch back loop only until the top of your sock. I've finished my row number 37, and now I'm going to make slip stitches back loops only until the very end, right here, connecting our stairs using the back loops. I've reached the stairs, and now let's connect them together. Insert a hook under the side loop, first slip stitch, and second. Again, insert your hook into the side loop, first slip stitch, second. We just finished our first part of the second toe section. So now we are going to repeat this part, but just right here. Chain 1 and turn. For the next row, work slip stitches back loop only until the top part of the sock. Okay, now I just finished my row number 39, and now we are going to work with the row number 40. In this row, we need to leave 8 stitches here unworked. So now at the end of the row number 30, I left 8 stitches unworked. Chain 1, turn, and in the next row, work slip stitches back loops only until the top of the sock. I have finished the row 31, and in the row 32, we are going to add here using side loop 2 stitches. We are going to leave just 6 stitches unworked. Chain 1, turn, and start the row. And this is how we are leaving only 6 stitches unworked. Now chain 1 and turn. For the next row, slip stitch back loops only until the top of your sock. I have just finished my row 33, and in the row 44 we are going to add 2 more slip stitches here, so we will leave only 4 stitches unworked. So chain 1, turn, and start making slip stitches back loop only until your toe section. I have reached the toe section, now using side loop, slip stitch 1 and slip stitch 2. And this is how we left only 4 stitches unworked. Chain 1 and turn. Work slip stitches back loop only until the top. I have finished the row number 45, and now we are going to start our row 36. In this row, we are starting to make our second heel. So what we should do now? The second heel is going to be made a bit different as we made our first heel, because in the first heel we were making decreases in each row, and here we should make decreases each row. To do this, remember the number you count. Remember the number that left in the last heel row when we made the last decrease, and I said to remember this number of stitches and count this number from the top of your sock to this point. So we can start our heel in the absolutely same place we finished making our first heel. My stitch number from this point to the top of the sock was 21 stitch. So now I'm gonna take the stitch marker and count 21 stitches from top to this stitch. I found my stitch and place a stitch marker here. You should do the same. Now in this stitch we are going to start making our second heel using increases instead of decreases. This is gonna be our row number 36. Work slip stitch into the back loops until you reach the stitch marker. After the slip stitch into the marked stitch, you should make 2 more slip stitches. 1 and 2. Now chain 1 and turn. Work 2 slip stitches again. 1 and 2. Chain 1 again. And this time we are going to make 4 slip stitches. 1, 2. This is 2 slip stitches from the previous row. Insert your hook into the side loop and slip stitch 1, slip stitch 2. So in total you have 4 slip stitches. Chain 1, turn. Work 4 slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 1 and turn. In this row we are going to add 2 more slip stitches again using our side loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Into the side loop. 5 and 6. So now we have 6 slip stitches. Chain 1, turn again, and work 6 slip stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chain 1, turn. In this row we are going to make 8 slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Side loop. 7, 8. Chain 1, turn. Work 8 slip stitches. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. Chain 1 and turn again. In this row we are going to make 10 slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Side loop. 9, 10. Chain 1, turn. Now work 10 slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, chain 1, turn. Now again we are going to increase our row and make 12 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then side loop, 11, 12. Now chain 1, turn and make 11 slip stitches, back loop only. Chain 1, turn, and now we are going to make 40 slip stitches. We just made 40 slip stitches, and it is exactly the same number that we have here, 14 slip stitches for our heel. So now, instead of chain 1 and turn again, we are going to continue our row. I still consider this at row 36 because we started it here and we just made some increases, and now we are again here. Work slip stitches back loop only until the toe section and add 2 stitches right here. For the next row, we should work slip stitches back loop only until the top part. To do this, we are going to turn right now and work slip stitches until this very point. And from this part to this part, we need to make 14 slip stitches. Turn your work slip stitches back loops only until this point. Now I have reached the top of my heel, and now let's start making our slip stitches. As you can see, I'm working into the side loops and the top loops from these rows. I have just made 14 stitches. Now continue making your stitches until the top of the sock. You can remove your stitch marker right now if you want. And also don't forget to make a slip stitch into this little stitch right under your second heel, because it's usually really small and it's hard to see. I have just finished my row number 37. Our sock is almost complete. The only thing is left is to add 2 stitches here using side loop and make some regular slip stitch rows. Turn your work, and with the slip stitch back loops only, go up to your heel, to the toe area, and using side loop, we're going to add 2 last stitches we left on work previously. We just finished our second toe section. So for now we should make 1, 2 and 3 more rows of slip stitches with no decreases or increases, using back loops only. When you reach your last row and it's time to connect your sock, at the end of the last row of slip stitch, do not make chain 1. Instead of that, take your sock with the right side facing each other and insert your hook right into this chain. This is the first chain of the chains we made before at the start of the video. Then insert your hook into the next stitch, front loop, and then insert your hook into the second chain. Pull up the loop and slip stitch. Start connecting your sock using front loops, chains, and slip stitches until the very end. After you have connected your sock, take a bit of yarn, take your tapestry needle, and let's close our toe area. Insert your needle into the loop we just left with our hook. And inserting your needle into each top loop from our rows, start carefully closing our toe area. That's it, your first sock is done. Repeat all the steps for the second sock and enjoy your result. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, where we choose the next video idea together. Thanks for watching!